Welcome back to Julie's Wreath Boutique, and this wreath is brought to you by Hobby Lobby. St. Patrick's Day is around the corner, so this is what I want you to do. ASAP, watch this video. Then you're going to go to the description box, either order your supplies or go to your local Hobby Lobby. So let's go to Hobby Lobby first. So the first thing we need to do is go to Hobby Lobby. So I went to my local Hobby Lobby. Look at this beautiful ribbon. Remember, you guys can choose the different colors. You don't have to choose mine, but Hobby Lobby has you covered, and there's plenty of signs to make a beautiful wreath. And you see my favorite right there. I'm going to show you it in a moment. Then I went to the mesh aisle and I grabbed one of these polypro mesh. They're great. I grabbed a green wired ribbon, and I really like that one. But don't forget over by the fabric section, there's more ribbon. Ribbon is just what makes Crafters World go round. And then I need a wreath frame. So let's take it all home and let's get started. Thing we're going to do is get the polypro mesh ribbon from the ribbon and mesh aisle. We're going to cut 17 pieces at 18 inches each, okay? This is really vital that you remember this. We will not be using a wood burner on this particular mesh because it has a natural jute, and the wood burner won't work for that, but you can get those tools at Hobby Lobby. The second set of cuts are going to be 17 at 12 inches each. This is going to make a nice and full ruffle ribbon wreath for us. So I got one of these wreath work forms that you can get where they have the wreath frames. Then you're going to take an 18-inch piece of mesh. For this whole wreath, this is the first piece you're going to grab. You're going to roll under the edges, and then you are just going to gather them up. I like to take a little, I call it a chip clip, but it's like a big clothespin. And I'm going to hold on to that 18-inch like that. And then we're going to take a 12-inch, and you can see that that makes a smaller ruffle. We're going to put it on top of each other, and we're going to work on the inside frame of this work form. Now, here's the thing. You're going to just keep redoing this step all the way through this whole entire wreath. So it's very fun. It's a great wreath recipe. We've been talking about that this year on this YouTube channel. And I really want you to think about what other holidays or seasons could you incorporate this design in. So Hobby Lobby has so much to choose from St. Patrick's Day to now Easter. They have you covered. So remember, you can get all these supplies over at Hobby Lobby, and you can check out the description box below, and you can get all of them online as well. Okay, so we did the inside, and now we're going to do the outside of the frame. Same method, 18-inch mesh curled on the bottom and the 12-inch ruffled on the top. Very simple and so easy to do. So once you get this all on your wreath, you're just going to go through and make sure that none of your ruffles are hiding underneath the wreath frame, and you're just going to fluff it out a bit. I really enjoyed using this mesh. Definitely check this out at Hobby Lobby. So the next thing we're going to do is this really pretty garland that they had in the St. Patrick's Day aisle. I really loved all the little beading on it, but I especially loved the little shamrocks. They were so cute. And stay tuned because we're going to do something really fun with that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in between the two layers of ruffles that we did for this wreath, and we're simply going to zip tie this onto all the cross brackets of our wreath frame. Now here's the thing. This particular garland is perfect. The size is perfect. I didn't have to cut any extra off. It is perfect for this size wreath frame. You're just going to want to move the little beaded beads, or I'm not sure what you would call them, berries, Julie, that's what they are. And you're going to move them out of the way and then just zip tie or use a Chanel stem to secure it to your wreath form. Pretty simple, huh? It's so cute when it's done. I can't wait for you to see the final product. So here we are at the end, and literally it met right at the same place we started. Again, this makes it easy and there's no waste, and you're using all this beautiful garland on your wreath. There were other things you could choose from. Again, they have a brighter color green, they have brighter color signs if that's what you want, but this is what spoke to me at Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to show you the main thing that I had to have. Now, see the little shamrocks? We got to make sure they come out and they're shown, and we're going to do a little bit of a, give it a little bit of touch of gold here at the end. So let me show you the sign that was really, it really got my attention when I walked into my Hobby Lobby, and of course, it was the sign that was meant for me. So I love it because it has all this gold around it, and then the little clovers or shamrocks or whatever you like to call them are like a little gold. And I'm a gold girly, so I'm going to always gravitate towards the gold. Now we're going to cut off the rope on the back, and now we've got to secure this sign to our wreath. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some 20 gauge wire that I had from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to staple it onto the back of this sign. If you don't have a stapler on hand, no worries. You could do one of two things. You could glue your wire on the back and use some felt to go over top of it, or you could take a drill and drill into this particular sign to make some holes because it is wood, so that will work nicely. But for me, I have my little staple gun, and I'm just going to staple them together. And then at the end here, I always add a little bit of hot glue, and I let that dry before I put it on my wreath. Have your wreath ready to go and your signs ready to go. Where are you going to put the sign? Well, I had three options. One is the middle, one is at around 4 or 5 o'clock, or one is at around 11 o'clock. We are going to do ours today at the 4 to 5 o'clock mark. So here's the thing, because I have 4 wires, this really went on the wreath very nicely. And here's a tip for you. Don't yank that wire down too harshly, because we just want that sign to sit securely on top, and we don't want to crush our beautiful ruffles that we've made, okay? So I think this is perfect. It's not going to go anywhere, and I'm so excited to put it on my front door. It's time to make a bow. We're going to start off with this really pretty wired ribbon and have an 8-inch tail. Then we're going to measure at 12 inches, pinch both sides, and come to the middle. We're going to measure again 12 inches. This is very critical to remember. We're only doing 12-inch loops for this part of our bow. Okay, we're coming back to the middle, and I'm just bringing my hand forward and backward to meet the ribbon where it is. We're going to take a zip tie and we are going to secure it, because I'm going to show you how to build a bow and not necessarily hold it all in your hand and try to get it all the perfect look and lengths, okay? Then you're going to cut another 8-inch tail, and then we're going to set this aside. But I like to do it this way because it's very easy to do and it's not so overwhelming. Now, you can get this ribbon in the ribbon aisle at Hobby Lobby as well as this green ribbon. I really thought it was pretty, and I felt like it went really well with the green mesh. And so we're going to start with about a 7 to 8-inch tail on this one. And now we're going to do 11-inch loops, all right? We're going to do 2 on each side. So always measure 11. The previous bow was 12. This one is going to be 11. 2 loops on each side, and just come together and secure it with a zip tie. Pretty easy, huh? So if you feel like bows are a challenge to you, really, you don't need to be challenged. This is a very simple method, and you can use it at different lengths to build a beautiful bow. I'm going to use my zip tie, I'm going to attach it, and then I'm going to cut the tail at another 7 to 8 inches to kind of match what we already have, and then we're going to dovetail it. Now, if you wanted to, you could make this bow all of the same color. You don't have to do different colors, but I like the difference. I like the gold and the burlap look, and then the green burlap. But here is where I dovetail it. You just simply will fold over your ribbon and then cut an angle. Make sure that angle is going the right way, because I've done it the wrong way. So the final part of our bow is about a 7-inch tail. we're going to gather it and we are going to make a 10-inch loop. We're only going to do 2 of these. We're going to come back to the middle and we're going to have a simple bow, and we're going to put this all together. It's so easy to do, and of course I had to go with the gold ribbon, right? So here's where I'm going to start stacking it. I did not zip tie the top bow. I just kind of held it in my hand. I took a piece of that wire that I got at Hobby Lobby over the top, and then you're just going to bring it down and then you're going to twist it. That wire, that's going to be how you're going to put your bow on your wreath. So it's really important to use a long piece of wire, and I like the wire stems that you can buy at Hobby Lobby. They just make it a little bit easier. I did forget to dovetail the gold ribbons, so we're going to do that right here. And this is going to be really pretty. If you like more of an angled ribbon, just cut a nice clean cut at an angle. It's really up to you. But I think this turned out so pretty. And again, you could use different size ribbons. I went with the 2.5 inches with wire in it. Again, everything will be listed in the description box so that you can go shopping at Hobby Lobby or go online. So now let's put our ribbon on our wreath. Have this beautiful bow made, so let's put it on, and we're going to separate the mesh so that we can find the wire of our wreath frame, and we're putting it at around the 11 o'clock mark on a clock. So I like to think of it as a clock when you're like placing your things on a round wreath. So I'm going to put this on, and I'm not going to sink it into the wreath, just like we did not do that with the sign. We don't want it to do that with the bow. We want the bow to be nice and fluffy and to kind of sit with the wreath and become part of the wreath. So I think that turned out so cute. And so we can't be done with the ribbon yet. You know, Julie, we got to do some more. So this is what I did. I had another roll of this beautiful gold and burlap ribbon, and we are cutting 8 pieces at 10 inches each, and then we're going to dovetail those pieces. Now here's the thing, we're not only going to do this with the gold, but we are going to do it with the green burlap ribbon as well. 10 inches long, 8 pieces each, and then you're going to dovetail them. Pretty simple, huh? Well, this is what really gives a nice little finish on our wreath. If you don't want to do this part, that's okay. You can do whatever you want. You can add whatever you want. That's the great thing about Hobby Lobby. There's more things to choose from. So we're going to stack these like an X, and we're going to gather them in the middle. And I'm just going to take a chenille stem and put it over top, and I'm going to twist. And these are going to be our little ribbon tails that we're going to add throughout our wreath, and we're going to do 8 of these. Now, if you want to do more, go right ahead. You might need a little bit extra of the gold ribbon, but this will be so cute. All right, so now we're just going to find different places. I attached these to the wire frame, and then sometimes I attached it to like the little garland of the wreath as well. So there's no wrong way to do this. Just have fun with it, and it's so much fun to make. Now, this is so cute. The mesh is really nice mesh. The ribbon is amazing. So make sure to check out the aisles with the ribbon and mesh and see what they have. If you want a brighter green wreath, they have brighter green mesh over in the St. Patrick's Day aisle. So you really can't go wrong with this. I just love this particular sign because of the gold on it. So, you know, I had to pick that one. All right, so I always have to be a little extra. So I got this gold rub and buff in the back of the store, and I wanted to add a little bit of gold onto these little shamrock clovers. And you can do this too. It's so simple and so easy to do. Now listen, if you watch through this whole video, do me a favor and leave me a shamrock down in the comments below. Do you guys call these clovers? Do you call them shamrocks? What do you call them? But I hope you're excited about this wreath. This was so much fun to do. Another thing that you could do is get the little wood pieces and paint them green and add some gold as well and add them to your wreath. But I just loved how this garland already had it. And of course I had to add just a little bit more gold to my wreath, right? Once again, thank you for watching this video, and thank you to Hobby Lobby for sponsoring. Now listen, go to Hobby Lobby or just check the description box below and get all the supplies for this super easy wreath. And you know what? Make sure to leave that shamrock emoji if you have one in the comments, and I'll see you guys next week.